In this video, let's take a look at cross-field validation. So far, we have seen how to validate focusing on a single form control. But sometimes you might need to compare values across two different form controls to perform the necessary validation. For our example, let's perform cross-field validation with the password and confirm password fields. We need to ensure that confirm password is equal to password. For cross-field validation, we again have to create a custom validator. So in the shared folder, I'm going to create a new file, password.validator.ts. Just like the username validator, let's begin with a function that accepts a control as a parameter and returns an object or null based on whether the validation passed or failed. So a function named password_validator, which accepts one parameter, which is the form control, and returns either an object or null. Now what you have to make note of with cross-field validation is that the control parameter does not refer to an individual form control. Instead, it refers to the form group encompassing the different fields being validated. If we go back to the form model, let me point out that the control parameter to the validator function does not represent the password field or the confirm password field. Instead, it refers to the registration form group. Now, why is that so? If you recollect, the validator function can accept only one parameter. If we were to pass the password form control, how would we get hold of the confirm password value? And if we passed confirm password as the form control, how do we get hold of the password field value? It would be impossible. But by passing the registration form group, we can access both the fields using the get method. So let's do that in the validator function. Const password is equal to control.get password, and const confirm password is equal to control.get confirm password. Now for the return value. Return password and confirm password, and password.value is not equal to confirm password.value. The object with the name for the error, let's call this mismatch, and its value is going to be true. And if the validation passed, we are going to return null. Make sure to import abstract control from Angular/forms. So what we are trying to say here is that if password is not blank and confirm password is not blank, and the two are not equal to each other, we return a mismatch error. If they are equal, we simply return null. So let's make sure to export this function. Now we can add the password validator to the form group. Remember, the validator is on the form group and not the form control. So the second argument to the group method is the validator, which is nothing but the password validator. Again, make sure to import password validator. Now let's apply the correct styling and error message in the HTML. Go to app.component.html and go to confirm password. On the input element, we apply class binding to isInvalid class of Bootstrap. So class.isInvalid, and the condition is registration form.errors.mismatch. So if the errors object contains a mismatch error, we are going to apply the isInvalid class. And with the same condition, we display the error message. So a small tag with the class of text danger, ngIf registration form.errors.mismatch. So the same condition, and the error message is passwords do not match. Now, if I go back to the browser, enter the password as ASD, you can see that we get the password mismatch error. I confirm the password as ASD and the error disappears. Change it and the error reappears. So the cross-field validation works as expected. But there is room for a small improvement. When I reload the form and fill the password, we get the error message right away. What would be better is if we display the error message only when the user has entered values into both the fields. And there are two options to get that done. Add the appropriate condition in the HTML or add it in the validator function itself. Now, I prefer adding it in the validation function for two main reasons. First and foremost, by adding the code in the validator function, the code is in one place. Code maintenance will be easier. Second reason, it keeps the HTML clean and readable. So in the function, I'm going to add the condition. If password is pristine or confirm password is pristine, simply return null. Now, if I go back to the browser and fill in the password ASD, you can see that we don't get an error right away. When we start filling out the confirm password, only then we get the error message. So that is about cross-field validation in reactive forms. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.